Welcome to the OLV The Reflection for Wednesday, December 14th. Today, the Universal Church celebrates the feast day of St. John of the Cross. He was a Carmelite priest who lived during the 16th century, and he spent most of his priestly ministry moving from different Carmelite monasteries throughout his native Spain, serving as a spiritual director, confessor, and a promoter of the reforms of the Carmelite order as proposed by St. Teresa of Avila. The holiness of his life led to his immediate veneration after his death on this day in 1591, and he would eventually be canonized as a saint of the Catholic Church in 1726. St. John of the Cross was later declared a doctor of the Church by Pope Pius XI in 1926. His written works of poetry and prose are still required reading for those studying theology, and St. John of the Cross's endurance in the face of obstacles and difficulties throughout his life is highly revered, especially his description of his dark night of the soul, which again helps us to understand spiritual desolation. Today's gospel reading in honor of St. John of the Cross comes to us from the 14th chapter of St. Luke's Gospel. It reads, "Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them. 'If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to construct a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there's enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlookers should laugh at him and say, 'This one began to build but did not have the resources to finish.' Or what king marching in the battle would not first sit down and decide whether with 10,000 troops he can successfully oppose another king advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, every one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple." St. John of the Cross followed these words of Jesus Christ to the fullest. He chose for himself the name John of the Cross, but this name truly foreshadowed what would happen throughout his life and ministry. He embraced the suffering, frustrations, and challenges placed in his life as a precious sharing in the cross of Jesus Christ. And he, as a doctor of the Church, also provided great insight in the transformative power of surrendering everything to Jesus, especially in our suffering. So St. John held nothing back from Christ. He was detached from everything in this world, and grace and mercy flooded into his life and provided an example how each of us, when we radically surrender, radically detach from the things of this world, we can truly experience Christ's love and mercy in a way beyond our understanding. One of my favorite quotes from St. John of the Cross conveys this wisdom. It reads, "Love consists not in feeling great things, but in having great detachment and in suffering for the beloved. The soul that is attached to anything, however much good there may be in it, will not arrive at the liberty of divine union. For whether it be a strong wire rope or a slender and delicate thread that holds the bird, it matters not, if it really holds it fast. For until that cord be broken, the bird cannot fly." And I know that all of us, at many times in our life, know that we could be better disciples of Jesus Christ if we could just be detached, if we could experience the freedom of being a complete disciple of Christ in all we say and do. But also, brothers and sisters, know that this is a process. And that's why our daily prayer, our reception of the sacraments, especially the Eucharist, and our charitable works all help us to detach from the things in this world and to focus more on a relationship with Jesus Christ. And for many of us, we don't detach too because we're worried about the cost. We're worried what people will think. We will worry about what people say. We will worry about our position for our families in the future. We don't have to worry about the cost. All we have to worry about is how can we love Christ more fully and truly remove whatever may be hindering us from loving Him in a way that reflects complete discipleship. St. John of the Cross and Our Lady of Victory, pray for us.